emolument production.
In conclusion, the goat was returned anonymously to its rightful owner, along with the compensation in the form of 450 kilograms of pure Parmesan cheese.
In other news, a constitutional convention was recently held to develop a governing system in America.
And to get people's opinions on that, we're going to go to our live field reporter, Tabitha.
This is my trash.
Thanks, Bilbo. Nobody knows what's going on.
But as you can tell from that segment, people have no clue about what is going on at the convention.
And that's why we brought in our special guests, Mr. Edmund Randolph and Mr. William Patterson, who unfortunately, I heard their horse kind of broke down on the way here, so we'll be back after this commercial break. And we're back, and I'm glad to say that our very special guests, Mr. Edmund Randolph and Mr. William Patterson, are here. Let's give them a round of applause. Woo! How are you guys today? Have a good ride in? Having a good day?
Yeah, it was pretty stormy. I mean, I got a kidney removed and everything, but I've got another one, but stuff happens.
Just because your state's bigger doesn't mean you can do this, Like, we're all in town.
Okay. It's all right, guys. Let's get through the interview first.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just get through the interview first.
We're good.
Okay.
Okay. Good ride. It was a good ride.
Good. So, Ben Franklin had a meeting with him last night, and he was wasted. He was telling me that there were snakes in the convention, and Samuel L. Jackson had to come in and save you guys. Any thoughts on this?
It's pretty ridiculous.
That did not happen.
Didn't happen at all?
Well,
Then
Samuel Jackson was there.
he was.
But he had no role, really.
No role?
He was just kind of there.
Yeah.
He was sworn to secrecy, obviously.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he didn't really have... No snakes. There was no snakes. That was definitely
False.
Yeah.
So Ben was just rambling.
Oh, he's always
Going
rambling.
on.
Oh, wow. He is a character. He's a card.
All right, well, other than Ben Franklin, can you guys tell us a little something about the convention?
Yeah, there were two main plans, the Virginia and New Jersey plan. I wrote the Virginia and I did the New Jersey. And so one of the big things that were going on, one of the big topics was the number of houses in the legislative branch. And I said two, two's a good number.
And
Two? Yeah, I said one. Less is more.
Can you elaborate that enough for the folks back home? Is there?
I mean, we already have one house of Congress, and I feel like it's pretty good that way. That's one of the things that we can keep the same.
Yeah.
And some room for disagreement, and I feel like two, keep each other checked and balanced and everything. And so in the end of the Constitution, we actually wrote in two houses.
Okay.
And in terms of electing these people, we in the Virginia plan, I proposed that the first house be elected by the people. I feel really strongly about that. That the people actually get a say in their government, and then the second house be elected by the first house. Keeping it, rule the tyranny out of there. So just kind of keeping it level.
Okay. And
I also had the same idea with my plan.
okay.
With keeping out tyranny, because we all know how that turned out with the whole war. So in my plan, we have the one house of Congress, and the representatives in the Congress are voted on by the state governments. And I feel like that's one of the areas where the states need to keep power, because one way or another, it's still coming from the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally reasonable.
So in the end, we in the Constitution, we had the House of Representatives being elected by the people.
Okay.
My,
So like
the
us,
Virginia plan.
me and
Yes.
you, not we the people. Then what?
Yeah, exactly. Very
Yes.
good. And then the Senate is elected by the state governments, as his plan suggested. So it's kind of a good mixture of the two. Yeah.
Okay.
I think people will be very pleased with that.
I think they will be. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
So, what is the power that Congress gets?
Power gets a Congress. Excuse me. Congress gets the power to enforce laws that the states ignore. That's a thing that isn't cool. Come on, states, ignoring our power, not great. The states have some sovereignty in our federal government. It's a confusing system. The line there is really blurry. And so both of us agreed on allowing the Congress to overrule, as long as they act constitutionally, over state governments that do not follow our laws.
Makes sense. I mean, it should be like the supreme, it's kind of the above
It's the
level.
law of
right?
the land.
Right.
Makes sense.
And yes, once again, that was unanimous, so that was the decision we ended up coming to.
Okay.
And it's in the Constitution that we drafted.
All right. Well, we'll come back to you guys after this short break.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gordon Dia, and I have an ice cream flavor for you to try that I like to call the Constitution. On this side, I have the Virginia plan, which consists of representation from populations of the states. And on this side, I have the New Jersey plan, which is infused with equal representation among the states. These two flavors come together to form legislative deliciousness.
Did you guys just see this? Like, Ben Franklin's tweeting about getting kicked out of a bar again.
Oh, really?
It's 1 p.m.
He needs to stop day drinking,
He
man.
really needs to. He's got a
He's
problem.
ridiculous.
Wow. And hey, we're back. We're here with our special guests Edmund Randolph and William Patterson, and we're gonna ask them, a few more questions for you guys back at home.
So, do you guys have any other branches to this new Constitution that you guys created?
Yeah, we didn't just want one branch of the government. We wanted, Montesquieu had good ideas with checks and balances in the system, and so we wanted to incorporate 2 more houses, executive and judicial.
And what do these 2 branches do?
The executive is, like the head honcho kind of guy. He's the main guy. It's just one guy. And then the judicial is 9 justices, 1 chief justice, and they
It's
do court
basically
stuff.
the Supreme Court system. It
Yeah.
would be, just a giant court for the nation. So those judges that would be on the Supreme Court, they would be appointed by the executive branch, which sounds kind of confusing, but I promise it's not.
It'll work.
They have life tenure, so once they get the job, they don't feel like they have anything held over them by any of the other branches.
By any of the executive, don't have to obey any law. They're just kind of their own.
Correct.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
And their pay also can never go down, so they don't have to worry about that either. It can only go up.
Mm-hmm.
Very
It's an
interesting.
interesting rule that we wrote in.
Any other interesting facts about the Constitution you guys would like to share?
Everybody has to swear an oath of allegiance, so they're not,
Naturally.
like traitors or anything. That'd be bad.
Yeah, I can see that being a bad thing in the whole. Yeah.
Scheme of things.
War.
Well, I think that about does it, you guys.
Yes. I think
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Bilbo, I heard we have a new video coming in from a very prominent political figure.
That's right, Gandalf. We have a video from a very important political figure. Let's roll the tape.
I'm George Washington, and I approve the Constitution.
Wow, that video really makes me support the Constitution.
Me too, Bilbo.
Thanks for watching, America.